potentially it could be someone in the house, it could be an accident, but that's not what the case is about. It's about, did she or didn't she do it? And people turned on her because she didn't buy into it must have been this person who did it. That's not the important
Right.
part. Is she guilty
Oh
or is she
boy.
innocent? But people in
Oh
that case
boy.
have dug down so hard, and you must agree on everything. You can't have. I said it during the trial. Constantly said, I don't know what happened. I just know according to science, he wasn't hit by a car.
Yeah.
That settled it for me.
I don't understand that case. Oh, hey, Tanika. I don't there's a lot of things about Karen Reed that because it was so contentious from the start, I just really didn't weigh in. I don't know that I've seen or heard a theory of that case that explains exactly how this man ended up no longer on this mortal coil. I don't know. Um, but I'm just like, he's dead.
Yeah,
Do I think she was drunk? Like, probably. I don't know. I don't think the state has enough to prove what they're saying. But I
my
don't know.
problem
Was there a
is
conspiracy? Like, I don't know.
no, and the conspiracy doesn't matter. That's the big thing people are blinded by, because it just matters, was he struck by a car, thrown into there, doing something like this, hitting the pavement while also flying 20 feet into to the yard.
Right,
Everyone who
right,
did science in school knows, no, that can't happen. So,
right.
but we know this guy isn't here anymore. We know the car couldn't have done the injury. There would have been way more injuries to him. Plus, she would
Mm-hmm.
have hammered into the driveway because she apparently was going for 24 miles per hour in reverse in
Right.
slick conditions. Couldn't physically couldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
The evidence just doesn't line up, and that's why it doesn't matter if she thought he was kissing a younger girl in Aruba. It doesn't matter if Colin was at the house or not at the house. She's
Mm-hmm.
innocent because none of the evidence points to her hitting him with a car. Then
Right.
you can look at all the other conspiracies, and now with the dog bite expert they're bringing in and all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying, let's just agree or disagree about, was it her or not her. We don't need to agree on anything else.
On all these other side tangents, because there's a
Yeah,
whole lot of side tangents happening in this case that are unnecessary and, in my opinion, like ever so slightly ridiculous. In some cases, more than slightly ridiculous. But everybody was so nasty to everybody in the community. Excuse me, in the community, in the courtroom, on so many levels that it stopped being about John O'Keefe. Like,
yeah,
I feel like you barely heard his name in the case. It stopped being about him and started being about all these other things. And so I was
yeah.
just like, okay, I'm out. I didn't even follow it that closely. I would get like snippets from here and there, but everybody was so wound up about it. I was like, no, I get to choose the cases that I cover. And I decided to not choose that one just because for my own sanity and mental health, I want to get on, have a little kiki, say what I think happened, and then go on. I don't want, it doesn't need to be crazy for me to be a part of it. Now,
No,
a little side of crazy, okay, or if something ridiculous is happening. But I
a
saw
little
the way
st-
Brandy was treated and getting doxxed and stuff. I was like,
yeah,
oh no, that's
yeah,
nuts.
and digging up 20-year-old indiscretions. I'm pretty sure I'm not a Catholic. Well, I know I'm not a Catholic because I'm Lutheran. But I'm pretty sure when my time is done, I'm not gonna be a saint. I
Right.
uh,
Same.
I think I have almost all of the 10 Commandments. I have crossed most of them off.
I say I'm going to be in the leafy green suburbs of hell. Like not in the big fiery part, but like the leafy green suburbs where the Wi-Fi is slow and
Yeah,
your mail might go missing. They don't pick up the garbage every day, but not like in the terrible, terrible parts. So,
you get
the leafy green
you where
suburbs.
you always every other minute you get that circle of death on your TV and just thinking, I just
I
wanna
should have
watch
lived better. Right?
Meerkat Man, and
Exactly.
it's just that you have
Mm-hmm.
to start over. You
Buffering.
never
It's
finish.
buffering.
That
Yes,
will be hell.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely. That's all I need. That's punishment enough. I tried to do the right things. I tried.
Yeah, but none of us are saints. So, but Danny T says, "Love, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Yes, it's nice to have new
Oh,
friends."
hey,
And
Danny T. Hey.
Krista says, "Wanted to wish two of my favorites very happy and blessed holiday season. You as well, Krista. And thank
Thank you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much."
Right back at ya.
And Jedi Jess always ready with the swear jar font. I have to have that at hand if she goes on stream.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's so funny. I love it.
it's you get all these little things made on your channel. And over on your side, Donna has been a member for a month.
Yay, Donna Barnes. Hey, girl. Hey.
That's a
I
good thing
just
about
realized that I could click this button and share this on my channel as well. So I was like, oh, let me click this. They got in a little late, but they're here. So that's good.
hey, it's all good. And we love meeting new people. And Ashley, 2 months. It's
Woohoo.
it just shows and that's why I did it, because one of the things actually from the Karen Reed case was when it kind of started to dry up, a lot of people you know how it is. Then the bickering begins, and who has the right to have all the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like you. I'll pivot. Normally I do 2 week cases where I'm just moving along, because I can't
Mm-hmm.
sit still for that long. And that's my biggest problem with
Same.
the the
Same.
the Reed trial lasting 8 weeks. I'm sitting here thinking, that's too much for me. I need 2 weeks, bingo bango, out doing the tango. And
Yeah.
but the rest of them, because they have been for a year been Karen Reed channels, they have nowhere to go. So now they have,
Right.
the last couple of days this weekend has been horrible to watch on Twitch Sweat, where they are fighting internally on the free Karen Reed side. And
Really?
it's been really, really bad. Calling each
Oh,
other.
wow.
It's high school,
Yeah.
middle school. It's
I bounce from case to case to case just because I mean, I'm the epitome of short attention span theater. If a case goes too long, if, I skip around or I'll touch in on this one and touch in on that one. And the minute a case is over, I'm off to the next one. And if there's not a new case that I want to follow, I'll jump on over to Snapped or Pink Collar Crime or one of the TV shows. I'll pull up a vintage case. I just want to keep it moving, you know?
yeah.
It's not that serious to me. None of these people are affecting my personal life. They just aren't. I want there to be justice? Of course, because I'm a normal human being, but I'm not tying myself in knots over any of these people or any of these cases. Not at all.
See that door? When that closes,
Mhm.
I'm done. Then
Yeah,
I'll open it the
for
next
sure.
day. I'll be back. I'll talk about it. If I have a lull, I do like this. I've invited some people on because there's no cases going. I'll build some Lego. I'll bake some cakes. I'll do whatever else, because I can't go back and watch. I couldn't watch the OJ trial now, also because
Oh,
it lasted 45 years. But you know the outcome. It's like watching a football game.
right.
I know the outcome. I can't do it. Because then my short attention span will be. Can you just get to the good part? Put on the glove. Put
Yes.
on the glove.
Yeah.
That's
Who saw what? I don't and my whole thing is I would sit with like one earbud in and I'm doing work or I'm cleaning the house or I'm doing whatever around the house and listen to it, but not every fact, every detail. And I say all the time, don't come to my channel for facts, FACTS. Come to me for facts, FAX, what I heard. Because I'm just going to give you the quick and dirty. Some of it
yeah.
might be wrong. I'm not Reuters. I'm not out here reporting live for like you to go and write a book report. I'm just telling you what I think happened. That's it.
Yeah, we're not lawyers. We're just entertainers who talk when the court isn't on. And Tanika,
Yep.
why is the baker broken? It's because I have two herniated discs that they didn't operate correctly. So uh, that's
Oh my goodness.
that's why
Yikes.
I am the broken baker, because I used to be I am a trained baker, and then it didn't work. And Laura is saying, without all the Massachusetts lunacy like Karen Reed and Brian Kemp, I would never found Baker, Kathy, Melanie, or Brandy. We all love the crazies. Yeah, but let's keep the crazies in court and not on the YouTubes because it's better
Absolutely.
to collab and be friends. And Jess is saying,
For
"Happy birthday,
sure.
Danny T." Yes, congratulations, Danny T, one of my longtime viewers. She's turning 23 today. It's
Oh, happy birthday.
your life has just begun. And 23 is no age. When I was 23 years old, I got deployed as a soldier. You can do that as well. So
Oh, wow.
it's
Not recommended.
wouldn't recommend it, but it's an option. I'm just saying. And
Okay.
purplish Irish sweat, purple Irish sweater. That's hard to say. It's morning only for GRI. Do I try to be awake early on a Sunday? Well, thank you for joining us.
Very sweet.
And Brittany says, so glad to have this to watch, recovering from a day-long migraine. Oh, love your gossips.
Ouch.
Here for the facts and everything, Kathy. And Jennifer says, woohoo. But
Hey, Jennifer.
uh, for those of you who didn't watch the latest video Kathy put out, Kathy, you might be a Kathy sometime. I don't know. I don't know you that well. But you have a special guest in an hour and a half, roughly, on your
Yes.
channel.
Yes. Mr. Franklin Tyrone Tucker from the Treehouse murder case is dropping by. Gossip, rumor, and innuendo later this morning. And we're going to talk all things his case and whatever else pops up. He saw a video that I made about his case, and he was like, "You're very funny, but you got some things wrong." And I thought, uh-huh. Okay. And so he said he wanted to come on and have a chat. And so he's going to come on and we're going to have a chat. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. Because I have a lot of very, very important questions. Like, where's the purple haired wife? Is her hair still purple? Are they still together?
Well,
Does
they
she
got
live in a
divorced.
mansion?
They got
I know
divorced.
they got divorced, but I believe they're still, I think he described his relationship in social media or someplace as it's complicated. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
that sounds like
Tell
a
us
trouble.
every single thing, especially the parts that are none of our business. Please come share.
On a Sunday, what better place to be? It
Absolutely.
and it's going to be at
Absolutely.
11, so you can make your brunch, make a full spread,
Yep.
and make ready to get all the tea
Yep.
because
Get yourself a cup of coffee. Ty and I have not spoken in person. We had a very funny text exchange yesterday. I'm saving all of my questions. I don't even want to because sometimes it's like you have a pre-interview or a pre-meeting or whatever. I don't want to pre-interview him at all. I just want it to be all live and in the moment. We'll see what happens.
yeah, and I don't know if you do the same. I apparently give everyone nicknames. No, the mom and dad gave them the wrong name to begin with. Rossman Ranch is Ralphie because I read it wrong, so it's Rossman Ralph, and it became Ralphie. My Mexican mod Iris spells it wrong, so that she's Irish. It's don't think about it. I had another creator on the other day butchered her name, and then I tried to really say it the right way, butchered it again. But she was a good sport about it. So, Yo, thank you so much for not being angry. What did you think of what did you think of the Treehouse? I covered it. I didn't think he did a great job representing himself. I think a halfway decent defense lawyer could have gotten him off, no questions. But because he wanted to bring everything into the courtroom, he messed it up for himself. I don't
Yeah.
know how you see it.
But the thing is, he didn't lose. He didn't lose. All through the case, I just kept thinking, that's it? Like, state, that's all you got? Because
Yeah,
the state's case was very thin. And I think at a certain point, everybody was too dug in. Everybody was taking it very personally. The prosecution was clearly taking it very personally. Cooler heads should have prevailed and said, we think this guy did this thing. We really don't have the goods. So let's just dismiss this. I agree that a halfway competent defense attorney could have gotten this off 1, 2, 3, no fuss, no
Yeah,
muss.
but
But
it seems
he's a right fighter, I think. He wanted to show that he was right. We'll
yeah,
see, you know?
yeah, and Laura, that's not true. I gave you a total fake state. I claimed Arizona isn't real, just for you. So
I'm
it's
not entirely convinced it's real. It's in the Idaho region of the United States. That's like over. Wait, where's my little map? Oh, it's so small, it's hard to see. But I made this little map because I don't even know if you can see this. The light's probably too bright. Oh, wait, right
I'll
angle.
maybe I'll
I don't,
embiggen it.
there we go. I don't know if it's so tiny. I don't know if you can see it. The light is funky. Oh well, anyway, everything like the middle of the United States is somewhere over there. Texas is Texas, Florida is Florida. Everything south of Virginia is South Carolina. Everything north of West Virginia is the godless Northeast. And then the whole western section till you get to California is Idaho to Iowa. And then of course California is California. Yeah.
I was so lucky. I got this from one of my viewers.
Ah.
So
My
I use
kids
that.
used to have a pillowcase with that exact map on it when they were little. I made them pillowcases so that they could learn.
Yeah, but the funny thing is when I look at it, because you have an idea. You know when New York is. That's up
Yeah,
there. Florida's
yeah.
down there. Texas is in the middle, and California is on the other side. And Seattle is on top because I used to watch the crab boat fisherman thing. Uh, but Idaho being all the way over here, I thought it was part of the Midwest. It's
Oh,
because I wanted to be next to Iowa. I don't know why, but
because
I
the
get
names are so similar. And every time I went to say Idaho, I would say Iowa. And I kept and one day I accidentally said Idaho to Iowa. And I was like, it's like you with the nicknames. I'm like, that's close enough. That is close enough. And people get very like, well, I am actually from, insert any random state that I probably haven't visited. And I'm like, okay, good for you.
I get this. Well, I have a big problem. I am very racist, as you can tell.
Yes.
I when I'm trying to sound American, I always talk a little bit like this because that's how I in my head
Uh,
hear an American accent sometimes. And someone claimed my
Okay.
southern accent is racist, and I can't figure out
Oh,
how.
oh, I
Because isn't the South is really mixed as well, but apparently it's racist to use because I wouldn't use an Asian accent. Said I never covered a case in Asia, so
don't.
it's. But yeah, so
And there
apparently,
are some Southern people that sound that way. Certainly not all of them, but some of them do. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
and
You're
I
not
have
gonna please everybody.
no, and then some people get mad when I say, "Oh, Jamie is from Wisconsin." She's not. She's from the Ohio State. Well, she went to school at the Ohio State, but when I say a different, a wrong state, people are, don't you? Do you know? And we just see America, and then we have the weird people living in Florida, the weird people living in New York, the weird people living in California. That's what we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Everyone
for sure.
talks like Yosemite Sam has way too many guns and are fat. That's how Europeans see you. But it's the same when you talk about Europe. They say, "Have you been to Paris or France?" It's the same place. Well,
Yeah.
we don't
I
know.
was gonna say, you don't live in the United States, and a lot of people in Europe can name, various portions or the parts of the United States that sort of everybody knows about: California, Texas, Florida, New York, those sort of things. But if you gave somebody a blank map and asked them to point out Iowa or Wyoming, a lot of people could not do that. And forget about pointing out places in Europe. If somebody gave me an unmarked map of Europe, I could find the United Kingdom and Italy because it's shaped like a boot. The rest of it, so
It's
so I'll just give each other a break. How about that?
yeah, but I just love those comments where they go into your comment section and just tell you how you should run your channel. All of these, I don't have any subs. I don't do any streams, but let me tell you how you should do your show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holly Mac,
Yeah.
for 5 gifted memberships,
Thank you,
thank
Holly Mac.
and thank you, Iron Rabbit, for being a member for 14 months. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Wow. Awesome.
It's
Listen, when the people have crazy comments in my channel on the comment section, I just say thanks for the post engagement because I'm like the ridiculous comments and the nice comments and the informative comments, they all pay me at the same rate. Thank you so
yeah.
much for the post engagement. YouTube counts that in the algorithm. Thank you so much.
Hate me more, please. So I get all the hate. What about the people in Louisiana who sounds deaf when they talk? Very distinct dialect. I'm not sure I can do that. I did try and do. I have another problem. Whenever I try to do anything other than my southern accent, it turns Scottish Irish. I can't help it. Even my well, I if I listen to Chris Eubanks, who's an American boxer, I sometimes can do a British Nigerian accent, but other than that, I'm really not good at it. But
Yeah,
people know what
I
I mean.
don't. During the pandemic, I decided to use my time wisely and learn a second language, but I wanted a language that was not too hard. And so I was trying to learn British English because it's still English, only I would call a sweater a jumper and a truck a lorry. And then I got bored with learning a new language and I gave it up. And people were still like, you said that wrong. That's not what that means. And I'm like, okay. I promise you, if I go to Britain, I will be understood mostly. Or they may go, isn't that girl from New Jersey? She sounds like she's from New Jersey. Cause I am.
We I have a we have had 2 exchange students staying at my mom's
Cool.
houses. One of them we didn't really. She was a widow. She kind of was forced on us because she had a little bit. She was staying with the headmaster of our local school to educate uh, ship captains. Most of them are boys. Sending a 16-year-old American to be on a school in a country where the legal drinking age is 16, but you start at 13.
Oh my
So my
God.
dad was called if he could take her to just make sure that she was boy happy. Let's call it that. But the other one is a very very sweet, and we still keep in contact. A very sweet girl in Delaware, and
Oh,
when
cool.
she found her boyfriend, she wanted my dad to approve of him before she married him. That was very important.
Wow.
So
Wow.
she flew him over, and when he arrived at the house, he was like, "I've been worrying because she can still speak Danish and talk. We can talk in Danish. She was only here for a year. It's very impressive. Um, and
Wow.
and when he got off in the airport, he was like, "Oh, can you order me a cup of coffee?" She said, and the woman behind the desk said, "Do you want milk in it?" Looking at him like, "Are you slow in French?" And he was, "What?" She said, kids start in, I think nowadays they start in the first or second grade speaking English here because we are 5 million people. We're smaller than New York,
Yeah.
our entire country. So everyone speaks English. But he was so, oh, they speak a foreign language. Yeah, most of us speaks 3. But that's the
Right?
thing when you he comes, you don't need more. Well, Spanish and English is probably what you need in in America, but
Yeah.
you have 50 states, and we are also a lot of states in Europe, so it's very
Mm-hmm.
very different. And Iris is not a fighter; she's a pugilist. Mhm.
Okay.
No, I won't do the Nigerian accent because I have to watch Chris Eubanks before I can do it. He has a very high pitched voice. It's very weird. I'm a little Australian.
How are you a little Australian? Just a
Well,
scope.
my British is a little Australian. I'm really bad at accents, but I'm really good at just making a fool of myself. So
All of my accents are the same one. I just do a Valley Girl accent. I'm just like, oh my God. That's the only accent that I do. And I give it to every single person. I don't care. A man, a woman, a child. It doesn't matter to me.
I watched Emilia, whatever, the one from Game of Thrones, do her Valley Girl accent. It's really good. The only problem is she talks like a young girl, so it's so like whenever like I hate it when they put all those likes into. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
lot sometimes. Thank you, Iron Rabbit, for gifting 5 memberships, and
Wow.
Disney Nerd for being a member for 2 months on Sons. We love you too.
Nice. Nice.
I speak Spanish and English, and I'm from nowhere, Arizona. Don't exist, Arizona is where you're from. I think Arizona is right next to Australia and that big dome in Ohio. So none of that is none of it is real.
That's
And
so funny.
Gerda K is from South Africa. Thank you for all you do.
Wow.
Well, we love South Africa as well. It's so funny with the internets. You're sitting here and thinking, when you start out thinking, I'm going to talk to my family. Maybe Ruth down on the corner will look at it sometimes, and then all of a sudden you've been talking to a weird guy in Denmark while people in Africa and Australia is looking at you. It's
It's
magical.
wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. One of the first case I covered was Janet Hines. The second case was what was that guy's name? Andrew Macaulay, something like that. And in his mugshot, he had a mullet. So I started referring to him as a mullet American. And the attorney was cute. And so I was calling him hit the prosecutor. So I started calling him a prosecutee. And I just went on saying whatever about this channel, about his case on my channel. I maybe had 100 subscribers. And at the end of it, the prosecutor and his wife reached out to me to say how much they had enjoyed my coverage. And I was like, people saw that? A guy in West Virginia, I made all these West Virginia jokes about nobody has any teeth and, they're all narcotics enthusiasts and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I really need to watch my mouth.
Yep.
But I said what I said.
Have you had the opposite thing where people are reaching out who are families of victims, or I had it in uh had in I was covering a shooting in a crack den where a young woman
Yikes.
uh, got lit up, and 2 3 days in, I got an email saying, "Hey, I am her grandma. I'm taking care of her daughter because we're talking about what happened to her daughter." And she said, "This
Oh,
girl
wow.
never smoked a cigarette until she met her boyfriend, and then she ended up
Wow.
throwing her life away in less than
Wow.
a year." And then I believe her sister or her cousin also wrote me. That's when it gets really weird because yeah, it's
For
oh,
sure.
Tyrone, he talked about getting on my channel as well back when the case was on. Said I won't have him on because I won't be the guy like recovery addict being, oh, this little guy down in the corner, and oh, you're going to prison forever
Becoming a part
because
of the case.
yeah,
Yeah, you
nope,
don't want to do that. I heard from friends during the Daybell trial, the Lori Vallow Daybell
yeah,
and Chad Daybell. I think it was during Chad's trial that I heard from a friend of the Woodcocks, who are JJ's grandparents, saying that they would listen to my coverage of the previous day's trial in the car on the way to trial every morning, which I'm glad I didn't know that at the time. But she said it really sort of lifted their spirits because it's this heavy case, it's this dark case. And my whole thing is, I want to be able to engage with true crime in a way that doesn't cause me to need therapy. And she said, I guess my takes on it were funny or ridiculous or
yeah,
whatever, but it gave them a laugh during a dark time. And I was like, oh, wow, like that was a huge case and everybody was covering it. So I was really blown away. I was like, okay,
yeah. You're thinking, why did they notice my little hunk donkey channel that no one watches? And Rena,
exactly.
bonjour, Zava. She says she's in New Mexico and she speaks French. If anyone didn't catch it, Jamie did. Jamie is
Nice.
she's
All in
fluent in every
French.
language.
Wow.
Merry Christmas as well, Brandon. And everyone, of course, everyone hates you. So that's all of us. No, Brandon is a good guy. Poor recovery addict never tried to be part of the case and just ended up there. Yeah, he became the little man in the corner with his headset on.
He's just the
It's
nicest guy. Sometimes I feel like he's too nice to be real. He's just so
yeah.
sweet.
I had him on last
I
Sunday.
saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it. Mhm.
and he's just good humored, and I met him on Runkle's channel before, where we just chit chatted because he had an auction at the same time, so we didn't really talk. And we have
Mhm.
done that where you ship uh, your audience back and forth with someone else,
Yes.
and you just
Yes.
say bye and thank you so much, and you don't really interact with them. And then I thought, well, I'm going to reach out to him this time because I really want to talk to them. And that's the funny thing with this Creators for Christmas idea is you finally get to talk to someone else and learn a little bit of what makes them tick, because yeah, your chat knows you very well, but
Right.
maybe I'm not streaming tomorrow and you have a great show on, or I do sleep sometimes, and people want to watch a video about a case I didn't cover. So now I'm giving them the options, and I'm luckily enough, which is either because I'm really good at finding people or I'm just been lucky. Everyone has been great. It hasn't been,
That's
those
awesome.
conversations where you just so milk fan.
Milk?
Yeah, I don't know. When you don't have anything, you can always talk about the weather
Yeah.
or milk or
Yeah,
how do
for
you.
sure.
What do you like about sports ball? Some of those are really. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. But I've been lucky. It's always kind of like it is today. Been where you look up and say, "Oh, that hour went fast,"
Yeah,
and
it flies. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. I did a collaboration yesterday. A young lady reached out to me. I had never heard of her channel, and she was like, she said she had seen something I did, and she really, really wanted to interview me. And I was like, I don't know who this person is, but listen, I'll go on. And we had a lovely chat. She was in the UK, and we did it at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm up at 5. I don't know that I'm ready to like have a full conversation with somebody, but we had a lovely time. That was what's her channel? True Crime Addict is the name of her channel. She's very sweet, very sweet.
I think I think she reached out to me to do a year-end show as well.
Yes, she reached out to me too. She was like, "We're
Yeah,
going to do this 2-hour thing." I was like, "I cannot commit to 2 hours." I told her I would give her 30 minutes, and I think we ended up going for just shy of an hour. So it was fine,
yeah,
but she's lovely.
yeah, and but yeah, she was talking about it, if I wanted to, and I said I'm always available if I have the time to do it. I'll
Right.
pop on, give you 30 minutes if you need 30
Yeah.
minutes of something. Thank you. Don't make me cranky at Kathy for becoming a member over on GRI. I can't say ours. It's a weird mouth movement for Danish people. You
Okay.
you say you sleep bigger, but if my insomnia gets me up at 5 in the morning, yawn. Well, I actually, I normally I do a show at 5 my time as well in the morning. Haven't been doing it because these shows sometimes run a little late, but
Mhm.
everyone, Kathy needs to get ready for her next show. She has Ty on. I'm
Yes.
gonna redirect all of you over to that stream. Well, all of those
So
people
sweet.
on my channel. So remember, go watch it. It's gonna be, yeah, in an hour, right?
1 hour, yes, at 11 a.m. Eastern, live with Franklin Ty Tucker and me. A wide-ranging interview about I don't know what because I have not written down any questions.
No, but that's we didn't have anything and we didn't know each other an hour ago.
Yeah,
And I think
now
time
we do.
time goes way too fast. So
For sure, for sure,
see
for sure.
see this anti-Danish statements I have to live with all the time. It's hate. I barely stream anymore. I'm too old. I stream twice a day. I've been streaming twice a day for the last 2 weeks at least. If I haven't streamed 3 or 4 times a day, so
Oh my God. That's a
yeah, I stream. Well, the first week I had a case I covered, and then I did most of the times it was like 4 or 5 o'clock show, so that's 10, 11 my time at night. So
Ooh,
4 hours of sleep isn't enough. Yeah, Tucker brought us Swayze. Thank him for that. Oh, did you? Do I still have that clip? I think I might have that clip of.
what is Swayze?
It's Roger. I know I had the. I used to have the clip somewhere about where Roger is talking about if he could describe the persons who robbed them, and he said,
Oh,
"Yeah, it's like oh, it's here, it's here."
Okay. Do you remember any description as far as the size of these men?
Yeah, I remember the size of them. I know I could tell by the Swayze who the one was, by meeting him different times up there at Paula's. I knew Swayze is, get that word right, Swayze.
Okay. I don't know what that word means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, his style, his
Oh,
walk, his talk.
okay.
His Swayze. I love that guy.
his
So
Swayze. That trial was a parade of crackheads. Oh my God. Now, people have said to me that Ty is not a crackhead, and I will definitely ask him today to clarify. Maybe exactly in that language. I was going to say, I'm going to try and say it a nicer way, but listen, it's probably rude to ask somebody if they're a crackhead, but the question must be asked. And I'm here to report live for the
yeah,
people. His Swayze. Oh my God, that's funny.
but I love the part where he was asked, "So what do you do?" Well, I moved down here in '86 and started cutting lawns at the club. And what do you do in your free time? Well, I like going to. Back then, I'd like to go with Paula and drink some beer and smoke some crack. Did you smoke weed? No, never touched it. Never touched it. I love that. Oh no, 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 no. The devil's letters. No, no. I'm
I
not a
would never
degenerate.
smoke weed. Never.
That's
Crack, on the
I'll
other hand, no problem.
Bud Light and rocks. Yes, please. But the devil's letters. Do you think I'm a drug addict? I love
Oh
that guy.
my
He was
God.
wonderful.
That's so funny. He's so funny.
It's what was he
Wow.
doing at the treehouse? He was smoking crack with now I forgot her name.
Paula
Paula.
Bellamante.
I
Some
thought
nice
she died.
breakfast crack.
I
She
thought
did
she
die.
died. No, doing the interview.
Oh yeah, she looked like she died on screen.
I was,
But
oh
no,
my god, I'm gonna lose my channel because this woman just died live on my channel. And then
they're playing
Paula,
snuff films on court TV. Oh my
oh,
God.
oh my. But I'll give you the outro so you can drift yourself a little bit to the 2 or 3 people who might have been in late and don't know who you are, and who is not already totally in love with you like the rest of us are.
Aw, so sweet. I am Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. I talk true crime every weekday morning. I take a case, any case, whatever case I feel like covering, and I take a whole day's worth of trial and I condense it down to just a few minutes. So I cut out all the fluff and all the extra, and I give you just the facts, not FACTS facts, FAX facts, what I heard. I'm busy curtain twitching, like peeking out my curtain to see what happened and see what I heard out in these YouTube streets. And I bring it to you every day.
So that's the place to go and get your morning cup of coffee or maybe tea,
Absolutely.
if you want to
Whatever you
have
do.
the tea on the outside of the windows. Thank you so much, and thank you for
Thank you for
stepping in, being a
inviting me.
part of this, giving me a chance. Even though you were one of the ones I called on a little bit late, you were gung ho
It was
from the
right on
start.
time for me. It was right on time for me.
Sometimes the universe just align. Everyone, please, I'm gonna send you all over to her Thai stream. Please go watch it. The people who are on my channel, and please subscribe to our wonderful guest, because in this little crazy YouTube world where everyone apparently is running dramas around llamas around everywhere with that drama, I think creators should work together because growing together is better than fighting each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll do it again someday.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bye, all.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Go
All right, I'm in love.
back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
So there-
Everybody has.